He's like surf wrench doesn't work in the apocalypse. You need to have the puff of steam coming up and the plunger going down. Like the
When that opens, are you going to really try to do a contest there?
oh my good for sure. I mean, where people literally have to dress Mad Max. I mean, the surfers have to dress in.
Who would you get to sponsor? Who would be your sponsor?
Oh, who would be a good? I mean, it'd be probably
some BDSM line, maybe we can go.
BDSM line, and whichever Mexican drug cartel I could get to put their name on it. Like if we could get a Mexican drug cartel to throw in a little bit of money and a BDSM line, we're good. We have the Javier cartel and ball and chain BDSM line surf class.
So have you had a chance to dive into Sunriders yet?
I haven't watched it yet since you sent me the link. I'm so excited to, though. Like, it's probably going to be nightly viewing. I mean, tonight is probably going to be the feature film of tonight. Did you watch it?
So for our listeners, I'm downloading downloading VHSs into digital copies and sending some to some friends. And I heard Chaz loves Sunriders, and I had it. So I downloaded it and I sent it to him. So the first 5 to 10 minutes, it's tracky and weird and stalls, but then it kicks in. And once Slam Breezy's going, it's all smooth.
Thinking, but how is the movie? Does the movie live up to my memory? Is Slam Breezy and what's his dude? Who's the other big? It's
Joey Baran, Gary Calisby, and Tom Curran.
They surf good, yeah. Like it's a Christian surf movie with good surfing. No?
All right. I am a soldier of the Lord's army. Amen. Fight, 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 fight.
It's beautiful.
Like it's your childhood is going to come back. Like I've been watching all these VHSs and downloading them, and my whole like young surfy, all the feelings that I felt have come back and just feeling awesome and getting me psyched on surfing. Like I can't wait to get back in the water. I'm also going to extract the audio from all the movies and make the audio available for my buddies, so you can listen to it and pump up.
Did you watch Sunriders when you were a kid?
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, I'm a nice Jewish boy from Long Island, but my brother and I loved it. Like, you know, my dad had a surf shop, so we got all the surf videos, and my brother just anything Tom Curran, you know, he ordered, and so that had him in it. And then we're like, whoa, Curran's born again. Oh damn, didn't know that. Wow, you know, it's so good though. It's like so wonderfully cheesy, but so good, and the surfing's phenomenal. Like,
I mean, that's what I feel. I feel it's a real underground hit. Totally, but all the good surf movies are equally bad. That's what makes them so good. Is they're all literally equally bad.
Well, make you feel really good is like some of the B grade pros that go on like a surf trip. You watch it and you're like, I could have been a pro in the 80s.
I mean, we could have been pros in the 80s. Damn it!
Like you're like, I could have really been like that's awful.
But wait, can we be pros post coronavirus apocalypse?
Yeah, because all you need is a YouTube channel that gets a lot of viral hits.
Yeah, and it's so decimated. I mean, the ranks are not decimated as in terms of people dying.
All right, but surf industry. Let's talk.
Yeah.
What's happening there? I was just talking to Brisick about it. He doesn't know as much, but I did mention like there's a lot of surf industry people I've noticed who are becoming realtors.
Yeah.
It's like really like, whoa, like it's unreal.
I mean, I think if you have any kind of infrastructure and employees, it's not just you and your buddy and your buddy's buddy, like running the thing, like running it super bootstrap. I don't know how any of those survive, to be honest. I mean, it seems, they will, right? Like, but
I mean, I imagine Oak Tree Capital probably has funding, right? No,
they should. I mean, they're one of the biggest distressed asset managers in the world, but when your distressed assets is your thing and it's this day and age, I don't know. I don't know what happens after that.
Holy.
I mean, they have theoretical billions, but
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, for sure it'll keep alive. Somebody will eventually buy the license to Quicksilver, even if they have to fire sale it, and it'll keep ticking. But like, I wonder at this point about the Rourke revivals, about the even mid-tier kind of who had a tidy little $10 million businesses, right? Like they didn't have that huge windfall, but they were doing okay. And then all of a sudden this hit. I don't know how that's my biggest worry is for those dudes.
It's interesting because I do sales. You know, I'm in the gift industry, so it's funny. But it's the same thing. I'm selling stuff that people don't need, really, for the most part. Like, I'm lucky we're making hand sanitizer now, so that's a thing. But, you know, it's like board shorts, clothing. Do people really need it? Are people buying it? Well, I think...
And even the brands you attach to, right, before this, do you still attach to them after, right? Like, if you were a fan of something... I mean, but maybe that's not why people buy clothes anymore. I remember as a kid,
they don't
being so attached to brands, right? Like
your identity was attached to it.
That was it. It was for me. I mean, and I was a kook from Oregon, so I had the worst. Like, I didn't have any native attachments. So it was like pirate surf and weird stuff.
New York was a similar experience.
Yeah, where you just attached to a weird. Like, I mean, pirate surf, I loved and would buy any pirate surf thing.
World Jungle.
Yeah, World Jungle was you.
I like World Jungle. I would get my dad had a surf shop, so I would get everything.
But what was your favorite?
Gotcha. I rode for Gotcha as an amateur for 1.5 years.
I mean,
and
it was the best in class.
It was awesome.
Okay, hold on. We need to talk business here real quick. The Morecore division,
yes,
is still owned by Perry Ellis. They're not doing anything. Yeah, that license is owned by Perry Ellis. Could we get together and go throw them some, like, hey, let us take this off your hands for $8,000? Do you think they'd give it to us?
Maybe.
What's it worth to them? They're never going to do anything with it.
You have to see, right? Yeah, I mean, you'd have to see, right? Like, one is you have to see where the license is owned. It could be different in different countries, so you might have to check that out. You got to see what they're, because they may be making it and we may not see it. It may be somewhere in the Midwest for all we know.
I don't think it is. I think MCD is. So let's assume MCD is
it's totally
dormant.
Defunct. How awesome would that be?
To bring back MCD?
Hold on one second. I'm going to show you something. Yeah. I'm going to get you pumped. I'm going to get you pumped for a second. See if I can find this. Hold on.
I'm excited.
Cockballs, come on, where are you? Always when you want it. Fuck it.
Is it a
Andy Irons? It was Andy Irons Raw.
I was assuming it was Andy Irons Raw.
But, I'll download it though.
but also, with your license, does all the original Andy Irons stuff come with the MCD license, or no? Do you have to relicense that?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, if you couldn't use an Andy Irons image, I would imagine, or any of their.
Are you sure? Are you sure that MCD? I'm sure that Andy Irons was signing contracts willy-nilly back then, and would have signed away life image rights to whatever was happening. There's no way there was any heavy kind of anything.
Gotta look and see. I gotta talk to a lawyer. Like,
do you want to go in with me on MCD?
Yeah. Let's fucking try to. It'd be awesome.
I mean, we should crowd support an MCD.
Get Archie back on.
Precisely. Crowd support an MCD repurchase from Perry Ellis. Get Michael Thompson to design it.
No. Can you even understand a thing that guy says?
I love him so much.
I love him, but no. I mean... Let's get Sean Thompson. No, I was kidding.
Oh, no. Sean Thompson, tell me what's thinking, whatever it's called. Unscripted or unbent.
Solitude. Well, he had Solitude that he sold to Barney's. And then he was at Patagonia for a while before it was cool.
Remember when, was it Sean with, what was it, Inline?
Instinct
going against
Instinct with Barton Lynch.
Exactly. But Instinct was so lousy compared to Gotcha. Gotcha was like crushing, and Instinct was like, yeah, okay,
cool. Instinct was, Sean was Sean was great. Very nice guy. The gentleman surfer. But
give me stinking Michael any day of the week.
Way too yuppie for the surf crowd, you know, where Michael was like always Michael. Had to be second best, you know.
Yes, though the second best is always the best.
But it's like a younger brother. He was almost like a younger brother in some ways. Totally. So that guy
looks and went out and just crushed it.
Yeah, I mean, you had crazy creative people there. You know, the thing is, like, but kids don't identify with brands, I don't think, like that anymore. No. You know, I don't think it's like how we used to identify with ourselves. Like, you used to identify with the music too, right? Like, that was a bit of your identity, was the music that you listened to. You're like, oh, I'm grunge, or I'm hardcore, I'm this. Kids today, boy, these kids say they just like everything. Like, what the fuck? They go from hip hop to hardcore in 1 minute. Like, but it is like, it's so different in that sense. So it's hard to market in that way, I think.
Dang it.
I don't know. I mean, branding is such an interesting thing right now because you talk about it, but shit, like someone sounds like they know what they're doing. And then the next minute that brand is shit, you know?
I mean, that's the thing. I have no idea of any of it. It's just fun to think about.
I know. More core division surf would be awesome to bring back.
I mean, how fun would it be?
I mean, the best logo. It was so clean, so nice. Remember, like, the original ad for it? We had Sonny, Jerry, Derek Dorner, Brock. Like,
it was more.
Holy shit!
It was the honest to goodness picture of what more core meant in surf.
It was terrifying looking at that ad.
No, I never. I think I had one pair of Morecore trunks at one point and felt ashamed even wearing them, knowing that I'm not Morecore, I'm less core. Oh, I guess we should start the less core division is what we should start.
You know, the somewhat okay core, somewhat core division. You know, we're core-ish.
The core-ish division.
We're core-ish, you know. I personally would, because I'm a bigger guy. I'm about 6'3", and you know, you're a pretty tall gentleman. And I just always was frustrated in the surf industry never catering to my size.
No.
And I always wanted to start a surf brand called Big Surf and just make it for the plus size surfer.
I mean, it would have crushed it. Would have absolutely crushed it.
Fucking hilarious.
That Tommy Bahamas came along.
Oh, Tommy Bahamas. All right. So I'm going to close this up, Chad.
Yeah, my dang computer has 1%.
All right. So last question, last thing. You have to host a podcast for eternity with one of these choices: Riley, Scales, or Goggins.
Oh, I'll take Goggins. I think everyone would be an absolute fight.
Can we make that happen? I mean, you guys could do a FaceTime podcast.
I don't think so. I hate that man literally so much. I honestly hate Ashton Goggins. So I'll say Derek Riley. I love looking at his face so much. Derek.
This is also payback for Scales because I did the same question to him. And I don't know if you remember.
And he picked Bass, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I love Scales. But I love Derek Riley like more than I love myself. So it's Des Riles all day, every day.
Des Snipes.
That's
all right. Well, I want to come on to Dirty Water one day with Kidman.
Yes.
We were talking one day right after the episode you had with him. It was awesome. It was so good.
Oh man, for sure. Wait till you listen to the Elo one. Derek sends Elo and patty cakes right up. That's really good.
I'll fucking pump that up. That'd be awesome.
That's good.
Dude, Chaz, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And, you know, Moe, I would love to, let's work on MCD.
Okay, we're done. We're getting it. Or somewhat MCD.
Somewhat MCD-ish. Core-ish. Take care, man. Have a good one. Thanks. Chaz Smith, people. And yeah, so he chose Derek Riley, and I recommend you check out his Dirty Water podcast. Definitely really interesting. Also want to mention, you know, Chaz kept talking about herd immunity and all that. I've read a few articles on it, and I don't think it works the way he thinks it works. So I would encourage all of you to read, try to find studies on herd immunity. He mentioned Sweden, a couple studies that I found, and a few